Alright, here we go guys with my out-of-box review for the high-grade Pacific Rim Obsidian Fury set metallic version. And once again, big thank you to GeekJack for reaching out to me and sending this kit to me to share and review, share with you guys and review. Just a reminder, if you guys haven't seen the unboxing or some of the reviews by other YouTubers who have been reviewing these, they send out a lot of them to a lot of different YouTubers, so you may have seen these different of the other metallic versions reviewed by other reviewers. But just a reminder to you guys, if you didn't see the unboxing video, that these special metallic versions are only sold exclusively at GeekJack. So if you do want the metallic versions, you'll have to buy those there at their website. If you just want just the regular version, fine with that. You can buy those pretty much anywhere that your Bandai kits are sold. Now, I'll get into exactly what makes this different, the metallic version. But again, if you guys also saw the unboxing, that GeekJack is going to be giving one of these away. So they wanted to do a giveaway with me, so I asked you guys to comment on the unboxing video. At the end of this video, I'll choose one of those random comments from the unboxing, and that person will be getting one of these for free from GeekJack, so that's really awesome. Big thank you to them for that as well. And so yeah, it's a little bit confusing, so here's a quick breakdown. Basically, Bandai is making 3 different HG kits from Pacific Rim Uprising, and there is also the DX version of the Gypsy Avenger, and that DX version of the Gypsy Avenger comes with a stand, like the stand that you'll see with this kit, and also an LED unit. So those are the 4 kits that are going to be available just for a standard release. Now, with GeekJack, they have these 3 other versions. So there are 3 main kits in their metallic versions. So there's the Bracer Phoenix, the Obsidian Fury here, as well as the Gypsy Avenger. And the Gypsy Avenger, the metallic version, is also the DX version, so that is also coming with a stand and an LED unit. So anyway, the metallic versions, though, all come with a stand. So that's kind of the one thing that you're getting with this kit. In terms of extra parts, basically the only thing extra that you're getting with this compared to the regular version is that you get this stand, which does come with a cool sticker on there as well. It is a sticker, and you are able to kind of see that it's a sticker. I'll show you guys that more prominently in a minute. But basically, it's just a very high gloss plastic. I wouldn't really say metallic, seems kind of a weird name, but I guess that's kind of what you would call it. Again, the regular version of the kit is not out yet, so I actually don't know how much it is going to differ from the regular version of the kit. The kind of frame parts for this are in a kind of metallic gunmetal kind of color, and then just all the black outer armor is just this really high gloss black. So at the moment of recording this, ahead of the release of the regular versions, I guess it might be kind of hard for you guys to decide whether you want to go for the metallic version or the regular version without seeing what the regular version really looks like in much detail. But I can tell you that at least the metallic version does look super, super nice in that really high gloss, especially for this one. I think compared to the other 2, I think the Obsidian Fury really benefits the most. I think this is probably the best looking of the 3 in that really high gloss metallic look, just because it has that really sleek black design, and when you just make it all super shiny and nice looking on the outside, really glossy. I think it looks extra cool, so I really like this one. Of the 3, I'm glad that this is the one that I got. I think it's probably my favorite of the 3. I really like the look of it, and the weapons are really cool as well. And the detail is amazing. I'll show you guys a close-up look here in a minute. Although, while building this, it was a quite different build. The complexity is kind of on par with like a standard high-grade kit, but is really, really detailed. So in a way, it sort of reminded me a little bit of building the Star Wars 1/12 scale K2SO kit. Probably one reason is just because it's all black, but the other reason is just because it is just quite different from building a Gunpla kit. Relatively similar in terms of the parts complexity, but just so much detail. It's just really, really nice looking. But alright guys, enough of that. Let's get up close and personal. A reminder that this kit does come with a sticker sheet, of which I have used a few of them, although not all. They're really, really tiny, and honestly, they look okay from a distance, but up close, not that great. I basically just used the ones that had the largest bits of orange, because anything where it was just like really too small, you were really just not really gonna see it that much. I just used a few just around here on the kit. The orange looks great. It's really bright, but any bit of the sticker, like the clear part on the outside of the orange, you're definitely going to see. So if you are really sadistic, then maybe, go in with your hobby knife and trim around the orange as tight as you can. Otherwise, I'd recommend maybe looking into some different options. But once again, basically with this kit, we've got 3, possibly 4 different colors. We've got like the color for the joints, as I said, is kind of a metallic-y kind of color. And then one little clear orange part there for the eyes, which does look pretty cool. And then in the unboxing, I wasn't sure if the black was actually 2 different blacks. It's all black, but I think it's 2 different levels of gloss. And I think the one place where you can maybe sort of see that is here on the thigh, if you see the front piece of the thigh, it definitely looks a little bit more glossy than the part here on the side. So I want to say that there's like a high gloss and a super high gloss black here. It's really hard to tell. Basically, it's just all glossy black. Anyway, as you'll see as we're looking at this kit close up, the detail is fantastic. The head can go up to there and down to there. Can also tilt side to side and of course rotate as far as it's going to be allowed within this kind of big high collar part. Because of its pretty long torso here, it's sort of similar to an Evangelion kit where we have a couple joints. There's basically one up here in the base of the chest and then one down here where the stomach section connects into the waist section. So there at the bottom, we have just a little bit of bend forward and back, side to side, and not really any rotation there, unfortunately. The waist, this whole middle section is basically not going to be able to rotate at all. That's unfortunate. But here where the chest connects into the stomach section, we do have a really nice bend here, forward and back, back to there, forward to there. That's all good. Side to side, again, not really all that much. But with the two joints combined, you can get it to bend off to the side a little bit, though it's nothing really to write home about. Here on the back, probably one of my favorite details about this kit is this spine detail. This part is really cool. It's actually two parts, one kind of main part and then one down here as well. Looks really cool. The molding on this, like I said, the detail on this kit is fantastic. And some of these parts here, especially here and I think on the chainsaws as well, the plasma chainsaws, which we'll see in a minute, you'll just see like the fine detail on the molding on that is just amazing. Here in the shoulder, I like how the shoulder armor basically has like these two plates that just kind of fit, and when they fit in like tightly, everything just like flows really smoothly. You just have like the main body flowing onto the side here, really nice. But that can come separated. This upper part here will move up and down a little bit, but mainly just this side part here, it's kind of on a track that kind of slides out, and then you're able to bring the arm up like that, and the shoulder armor will just kind of fold in on itself a little bit there for you to get to higher bend. But ultimately, you're really only going to be able to bring the arm up to about 90 degrees, which is not that great. But still, all that shoulder armor in there, I think, just looks so good doing it. I'm able to forgive that sort of limitation in the articulation. But anyway, it's going to be hard to see on camera here, but you can see there's just a whole bunch of detail even up inside there, inside like the chest chassis in like the armpit. There's detail in there. There's a whole bunch of detail up inside around the neck area. So there's just detail all over this place. They didn't leave any part of this kit where they just kind of got lazy with the details. Very much appreciated. And then the arm is just basically going to work as you would expect, just kind of standard rotation here at the top. A nice double joint there, giving you not entirely a full bend, but pretty much a full bend there, as much as you'd like. And then the wrist is just on a ball joint there. The detail on the hands as well, also really nice. As you can see on the kit, now I have the closed fist. We do also have a set of open hands, which I'll show you in a minute, which look even better. Obviously, with no skirt armor, we're not really going to have anything getting in the way of the legs, except for just the armor on there itself. So out to the side, you're only going to be able to bring them out to about there because of this high-rising armor here on the side of the thigh. But bringing those legs forward and back all the way is not going to be any problem at all. Again, as you'll see here on the inside of the thigh, some really cool detail, like piston detail sort of in there on the inside of the thigh. And you have this really interestingly shaped part with like this little bridge going over that. It's just a testament to how amazing Bandai is at what they do. One of the stickers that I put on is actually one here on the joint. It's very rare to see actual stickers or decals going on the inner frame. I like to put that in now and then on my own personal builds, but as far as like the official stickers and things that you get from Bandai, they don't often do that. But there is one, at least on this kit here on the knees, which is pretty cool. You notice on the back of the knee, there is this just panel that's just kind of hanging loosely. But when we bend the knee, we have a nice double joint here in the knee. When we bend that, that part is going to move out of the way, so you're able to get a nice full 180 degree bend there in the knee, which looks really nice. You don't have any separate knee armor or anything, but that's just due to the design of the leg itself. Down here at the ankles, we have the kind of split toe looking kind of Japanese, the samurai looking foot. You're able to bend the ankles side to side, plenty, no problems there. Although forward and back is not really all that great. You can't really move it all that much, and unfortunately the foot is just one piece, it's not separated. So it would have been nice, I think, if they would have made this toe front part a separate part, so you're able to point that down a little bit more. Otherwise, you're not really going to be able to get a whole lot of movement forward and back out of that ankle. Up underneath the feet, though, you do have some nice detail there. Again, no empty spaces or any details missed. So overall, I think there's a couple of weak points in the articulation, but overall, it's very, very good. Now, I want to show you guys the other stuff that we get with this kit, the other accessories. Now, as I mentioned, the open hands that we get with this kit are super nice looking. You can just see all the little detail, and they even have these little tiny, sharp little like fingernail claws on the end of each of the fingers, and they just look fantastic. And then we have the plasma chainsaws. As I mentioned, these also, every single like little tooth of the chainsaw is cut out, and just the detail is just amazing. These look so good. So of course you have one for the left arm and one for the right, but then we also have a set of, I guess these would be like a heated up versions. Now unfortunately the middle section of this is actually supposed to be gray. It's only supposed to be like lit up in like clear orange around on the outside, so you could just paint in that center section gray if you want. Otherwise, I mean, they don't look terrible, just all completely clear orange like this, and it's a nice looking clear orange. Now how you're going to connect that onto the arm, basically you're just going to remove this side panel here, and even there, underneath there, we have some nice detail. So again, Bandai not missing any marks. You just plug on our chainsaw part, plug the side panel of the arm back on, and then you're good to go. As for the base, here's another look at that. Again, this sticker looks like a sticker. If you look at it from the right angle, it looks cool, but otherwise you are going to notice that's a sticker. Really super glossy black here. If you scuff this at all, it's going to show. When I was putting on the sticker, I was using the back of my fingernail to kind of press it down to get rid of all the air bubbles and everything, get it nice and flat. And you might be able to see here like some scuffing around the edge of the sticker. That's just from the back of my fingernail rubbing on that, and then actually kind of scuffed the plastic a little bit. So do be very careful of that if you want to keep it really nice and pristine. Then of course we have our little arm, which is going to plug into that. We have 2 points of articulation here at the top, and then this interesting connection piece, because here on his butt, we just remove this little panel there, and then that's where we can connect in our action-based connector. Just for a quick size comparison, here it is compared with a standard HD 1/44 scale Gunpla kit. As you can see, it's pretty lean, but it definitely is going to be taller than most HG kits. As far as anything that I might say that I found disappointing about the kit, not really anything, because just due to the design, it doesn't really have any seam lines or anything that you're going to have to fix on it. Again, the stickers are kind of take it or leave it, not really all that great, but it's not really something I would generally worry too much about with a kit like this anyway. And the weapons, I think it comes with, I mean, it's pretty basic. It's just the plasma chainsaws. It doesn't come with anything like too crazy in terms of weapons or accessories, but the weapons that we have, I think, are fine. I wouldn't really expect too much of anything else. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know if it actually does use anything else in the movie. But the quality of them is so good. The chainsaws and the open hands, the different hand options that we have for the kit, all just look so nice. Overall, I think the kit just looks fantastic. These kits are going to be a little bit pricier compared to Bandai Gunpla kits. But the thing to remember, and I talked about this in my Star Wars review as well, is that number one, Bandai is just not making as many of these as they do with the Bandai kits. The Bandai kits, the Gunpla kits. Gunpla kits, they can make like a shitload of them, and so they don't have to price them as high. They'll get their money back just in quantity. Whereas with these kits, they're just not making as many of them. And the other thing is the license. They obviously have to pay for the license with Legendary to be able to produce these, and the same thing with Star Wars. They have to pay Disney the licensing fees for that, so there's obviously going to be that added into the price for these kits. So that's something to remember. I've seen people complaining like, oh, these kits seem like expensive for what you get, but you just kind of have to keep that in mind, that there is a reason for that. And again, it's just a matter of what you're willing to pay for it. I think if you think that this looks really cool, it's totally worth the price. I think it was a really fun kit to build, and I agree that it does look really cool. It's a really badass looking robot and a really cool looking kit, and especially like the metallic version. Again, it's going to be up to you guys whether you want to spring for the metallic version or not, but for this particular design, I think it looks really good in the really high gloss black, so it's definitely something I think I could probably recommend for you guys. One word of warning, I guess, that I would want to give to you guys is just that the high gloss plastic is a little bit more brittle. It's a little bit sort of comparable to like clear plastic, like the hard to clear plastic that you may have had in some kits before. So when you're removing the nubs of that, just be really, really careful. Cut that away from the runner with leaving a lot of gate on there, a lot of nub mark, and then I would not recommend using a file or sanding stick on that right away, just in case, again, if you end up accidentally scratching the plastic. There are ways to use compound and buffing products to get rid of any scratches on this plastic if you are wanting to do that. But just to be safe, I would recommend just slicing the nub down with your knife, just carefully, just little bit by little bit until you get it down close to the plastic. Most of the gates on this are fine, but there are a few that were pretty big, and definitely I had to go at them really, really carefully, because any stress that you put on those nub marks there, you're going to see against this black plastic. Now, that can be kind of hidden because of all the different light shining on all the different angles of it. but you're just going to want to be a little bit careful with that. Otherwise, guys, I'd highly recommend this kit. It's a really fun kit to build. Different, it looks great, it has a really cool look to it, I think. So definitely check out GeekJack down below if you're interested in picking up the metallic version of this kit. Go ahead and check that out. And now, without further ado, let's get into seeing who is going to be winning one of these kits. Alright, so here we are, guys, back on the unboxing video. Now we have about 800 some comments, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you guys all for showing some interest in this. Just gonna copy the link, go to our random comment picker here, load up those comments, and then let's see what we come up with. Now, just a reminder, I asked you guys to let me know in your comment what is your favorite part about Pacific Rim, be the movie or the franchise in general. So let's find out what the winner said. If the comment is not related to that, then I'm gonna pick another one. So hopefully it's something related. Hopefully you guys are able to stay on topic. Let's pick, and the winner is Matt Raven. The best of the first one is Cherno Alpha. Well, there you go. That was his favorite part of the movie. So congratulations, Matt Raven. Look at that. All you had to do was just leave a tiny little comment there, and you can win one of these kits for free. So again, huge thank you to GeekJack. Here's their website, guys. Go check it out, and you can find these kits on there. They're going to be now sending one of these metallic Obsidian Fury kits to Matt for free. So that is pretty awesome. So congratulations, Matt. Thank you to GeekJack. Thank you guys for all watching. Hopefully this review was helpful for you if you're interested in these kits. As always, guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.